Alright guys, we are here, we're watching SmackDown. I think we're gonna have a banger of a time, and here we have already Tiffany Stratton, the winner of the 2024 Money in the Bank Battle Royal, making her entrance. She had been teasing a revamped Money in the Bank briefcase, so I'm quite curious to see what the revamped briefcase looks like, but there she is. Tiffany is making her entrance. Oh, okay, no revamp just yet. She has come out with the same briefcase. There's no difference yet. Yeah, it's basically the same. Yeah, seems like she didn't really get the time to give the briefcase a new touch, as she was hoping she would. You know, maybe later on, maybe around Money in the Bank, we're gonna have a revamped briefcase. But of course, right now, she's coming out with the traditional Money in the Bank briefcase, and I'm not surprised actually, because right now, if you look at WWEshop.com, they're still selling this very briefcase with her autographs on it, without her autographs on it, but they're still selling this briefcase. And if she were to debut let's say, a new briefcase right now, people would not really buy the older briefcase, would they? So it makes sense for them commercially to not debut a brand new briefcase right now, immediately. She will do it in a matter of time, that's for certain, but she's not gonna do it tonight, that's for certain as well. And here we are taking a look at back at last Saturday at the Money in the Bank briefcase pay-per-view, where she captured the briefcase, became this year's Miss Money in the Bank. By the way, speaking of Miss Money in the Bank, Mr. Money in the Bank, former Mr. Money in the Bank, John Cena, has been in the news because Cena currently is in India. He is in India to attend billionaire Mukesh Ambani's son Anant Ambani's wedding. And, we will be taking a look at some of John Cena festivities and the stuff that he was involved in right here in India during the commercial break. Good to see you, my brother Andy. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, Andy. Great to see you. There we go. She's never gonna stop talking about it, right? But, her rise to the top is crazy. Of course, we knew that she was something when she was in NXT, but ever since she came to the main roster, she really has been, astronomical. Her rise has been astronomical. Some might even compare it to the rise of Sheamus on the main roster, but I would say this is probably a step ahead, because this is a rise that people are behind, and it's very hard to get the fans behind you. It's very hard to get the fans cheering you on, but this lady right here, Tiffany Stratton, everybody loves her. Everybody wants her to succeed. The fans are behind her, which, is a blessing. It's an absolute blessing.
We will all be saying, and new WWE.
Okay, so Tiffany Stratton already has, champion dreams, aspirations, and interrupting her is Bayley, as she makes her way out right now, the current champion. Good to see you, my brother Andy. Welcome. Sometimes YouTube has its own glitches, but it's great to see you here, Andy. I hope you had a great week, and you're ready for the weekend ahead. And Bayley coming out here, of course, the current reigning champion. Speaking of champions, Logan Paul has been the United States champion for over 250 days, so nearly a year, right? Nearly a year, or more than half a year, as you'd like to say. More than 250 days he has been the US champion, and in these 250 days he has only defended the title twice. 2 times, that's it. Seems like we've got a new tribal chief. He has only defended the title twice, but he is the reigning champion. He is possibly got to be the longest reigning champion at this point, if it keeps going on like this. But 250 days, US champion, 2 title defenses. Let me know, how do you feel about his run as champion, and if you are happy with the number of defenses that he's had during his title run. Good to see you, Ricky. Ricky, welcome, brother. Hope you're doing well.
While you were at home watching from your couch, probably eating potato chips with no friends. You know what? I'll give you that. This is going to be the last piece of advice that I give you.
if you even plan to use that on me, then you better plan on making history again as the first woman to ever fail a cash-in.
Wow. Bailey right there, look at her, she's not taking it lightly. She says, if you plan on using that briefcase on my title, you're gonna go down as the first woman, first Miss Money in the Bank in history to have a failed cash-in. That's a bold statement here by Bailey, and interrupting the two of them is somebody nobody likes, Nia Jax, making her way out right now. Logan's title reign has been very bad, says Andy. I see you, Andy. I know. The only thing that I have to give to Logan is that he is giving the title, or maybe not the title, I don't think people care about the title that much, but he is giving the WWE sort of a mainstream exposure, like he is carrying that title when he's doing his Impulsive podcast. He had the title with him when he interviewed Trump. So Logan Paul is giving, I would say, the WWE sort of a mainstream exposure. He's letting the world know that he's a proud WWE superstar. I would not say that he's giving the title a mainstream exposure, because at the end of the day, the casual fans don't really care about the title, what title it is, what its heritage is, or what even its name is. But they will notice it's a WWE title. So that's what he's doing. But yeah, in ring, it's a bad ring. You're right about that, and the only $2 defenses is definitely 100% disappointing.
The same Bailey that's gonna embarrass you at SummerSlam. But you know what? Let's just play a game here, all right? Let me play devil's advocate. Let's say I slip on a banana peel at SummerSlam and you do beat me. Tiffy, what's gonna happen then? You gonna cash in on old Nia Jax here because
you know, Nia Jax is a very good friend of Tiffany. So her cashing in on her, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. It doesn't look like Tiffany thinks it's gonna happen either.
Well aware you're no longer the hugger I injured before your SummerSlam match in 2017. What are you now, BBL Bailey?
Oh my goodness. BBL Bailey. Ricky, I'm pretty sure you know what that means. Alright, Nia Jax brings back the BBL days.
She's my personal little Barbie doll.
Wow, what the hell? What the hell did she just say? And Tiffany seems to be happy with that. Nia Jax calls Tiffany her personal little Barbie doll. I never thought I would hear a phrase like that on WWE television, but here we are. Nia Jax calling Tiffany her personal little Barbie doll. Okay, and here we are now. Bailey was about to attack Nia Jax. Tiffany stops her. Bailey takes Tiffany down, and so does Nia. Nia goes after Bailey, and there you are. It's a 2-on-1 assault over here on Bailey, and now we've got, wow, Michin. Mia Yim can actually wrestle? or is she allowed to actually be in the ring? That's surprising. After months and months and months of her not being used on TV, finally, somehow, Michin shows up with a kendo stick and a new gear. I'm glad that she's at least got a new gear. Hopefully, Michin can be used on TV. I mean, she's been under contract for so long without having to do any work. I really hope that she can actually be on TV, can actually wrestle on a more regular basis, because she is good. Trust me, she is good. She's just never used. That's the issue with it. And we've got Anil here. Anil, good to see you. Happy Ambani wedding. Did you see all the craziness that went down? You know, John Cena and all the people over there at the Ambani wedding? Insane, brother. It's absolutely insane. And we've got Andy over here saying that the only thing that he cares about when it comes to the U.S. title is its history. And that's understandable. The U.S. title has got a very rich history. So, absolutely, Andy. Now let's take a look at some of the craziness, actually, that went down in India today when it came to the Ambani wedding, the billionaire son's wedding over here in India. But first, let's actually get some context, what the wedding was about, what the hype was about, why did we have this craziness. Let's take a look at that with our video over here, which explains it.
WWE legend John Cena has arrived in Mumbai, India, to attend the grand wedding of Anand Ambani, son of billionaire Mukesh Ambani, who will marry Radhika Merchant, daughter of Indian billionaires Viren and Shaila Merchant. John Cena was spotted at the airport upon his arrival in India. Dressed casually, he smiled warmly as he emerged from the terminal while paparazzi captured the moment. The months of lavish celebrations have already featured performances by pop icons Rihanna and Justin Bieber. The guest list is equally impressive, with notable attendees including Kim Kardashian, former boxing world champion Mike Tyson, former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, former US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The wedding is scheduled to take place on July 12th at the Jio World Convention Centre in Mumbai.
So you heard it right there, guys. So basically, the whole thing is that this billionaire that is Mukesh Ambani, his son's was getting married today, and the pre-wedding celebration it went on for months and months and months, and we had everybody from Backstreet Boys to Rihanna to Justin Bieber, and a lot more big names, Diljit Dosanjh, all of them coming over and singing and performing in the pre-wedding celebrations of Ambani and the wedding. But on the wedding day, they really did not hold back anything. They invited everybody from Hillary Clinton to the former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and more. And we also had John Cena, who was invited, along with Mike Tyson, Kim Kardashian, and more. So John Cena did show up. He did show up, and to the delight of many, a lot of people were very happy to see John Cena. And this is what Cena looked like when he showed up in India.
WWE
It's so funny. Anil over here says Indian paparazzi is so crazy they were calling him Johnny Babu, and that's true. Indian paparazzi can be total fans when it comes to celebrities, especially John Cena. I was, for WWE's last event in India, I actually went down as media and as Wrasslinews. We had, and I did the press conference, and the press conference only had mainstream Indian media over there, which was crazy because a lot of them knew nothing about wrestling, and they were there for the press conference, and they were there to interview the likes of Gunther, Natalia, Drew McIntyre, and honestly, many of them had no idea who they were, what their accomplishments were like, or anything like that. And, and Gunther was literally like right next to us. And one of the mainstream media reporters asked me, brother, can you tell me something about him? Like, which championship is he holding? I'm like, bro, you're kidding me right now. You're here at this press conference to interview Gunther. You knew Gunther was going to be here. He's holding a title that literally says Intercontinental title, and you want to ask me what title is he holding? It was funny. And then, you know what, the funny part about it is that when Gunther showed up and the guy was started to interview him, he actually referred to him as the WWE World Champion. So it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yeah, Indian paparazzi, they're the best. Maybe not, but you get it. I heard Cena might be on TKO board after his career is over in the ring. Maybe. He's becoming quite a big deal, as you can tell. I mean, he's the only wrestler who was invited to the wedding, and, it's a billionaire's wedding. They paid a lot of money to a lot of people. John Cena's worth right now is more than people can imagine. He has a big influence across the globe, and who knows, he could be on the TKO board. Who knows? Ricky, of course, I started watching the WWE because of John Cena. I was just switching through channels and I came across this promo. It was Jericho who won a steel cage match, and in that match he captured the World Heavyweight Championship. And as he was making his way to the back, we had a promo that announced the return of John Cena. So it was going to be John Cena versus Chris Jericho in Cena's return match, and it was amazing. I think this match happened at Survivor Series, and this was my first ever John Cena match that I watched, and I fell in love, and I have been a big John Cena fan ever since. that's funny, Anil. Yeah, that's funny. The Rock always cooking. AJ already thinking that Seth and Drew could be joining forces soon. It could be. The whole story, by the way, Brother Randy, I've got to say, I've got to give it to TKO. They are creating compelling stories. I mean, all across the board when it comes to the WWE Raw, SmackDown. They've got so many good stories going on right now. I can probably count them on my fingertips, right? You've got Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio that's going on right now. You've got CM Punk, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. You've obviously got, the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman. What is Solo gonna do next? The evolving Bloodline. Then you've, of course, got the imminent return of the Tribal Chief, the real Tribal Chief, of course, Roman Reigns. Then you've got Cody Rhodes, who's got his own thing going on right now. Cody Rhodes and the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes and then Challengers. Then Cody Rhodes versus Rock, which is obviously going to happen sometime down the line. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa for the championship, who knows? Then we've got Gunther, who's going to be fighting for the World Championship at SummerSlam. Of course, you've got Damian Priest, who's got his own issues, and one of them is going to be Gunther himself. Then you've got the imploding Judgment Day that's imploding from within, and it's obviously going to explode at some point. Of course, coming back to the Judgment Day, you've also got the potential turn of Finn Balor that could be happening. Finn Balor turning against Dominic, Damian, possibly even Rhea Ripley, and of course you've got Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. There's so much going on in the WWE right now. There's so many good, interesting stories going on. I think I counted like 15 of them, like just thinking top of my head, and that's how good and compelling the WWE is at right now. It really is. They're doing a heck of a job at the moment with their storytelling. They're doing fantastic. I did not even mention Tiffany Stratton and her briefcase. That's another story now, right? And here we are now. Nia Jax, who's got Michin up on her shoulders. Nia Jax sending Michin chin first into the apron. And Michin in trouble. She goes down on the floor, ringside. And of course, Nia Jax, we're here showing off. Tiffany Stratton in the corner of Nia Jax, blowing her a kiss. That's something. Why? Of course, Anil, I totally forgot Wyatt 6. That's a big one, right? Wyatt 6. It's a big one. So that's basically my point. There's so much going on. And earlier, in Vince McMahon era, we would have one good story, and where the world would be like, yeah, SmackDown's got the Bloodline. And that's it. Like, we would have nothing else. We would have, on SmackDown, we would have the Bloodline, but on Raw, we would have R-Truth chasing the 24/7 title. Like, it was, like, very disproportionate. We had one premier storyline going on, and everything else, it would overshadow it, I guess. But it was not nearly as good. But now, with TKO on board, with their, they're going all out, basically, with the stories. And it's great. So far, it's great. Is it going to be great in the long run? I don't know, because who knows, maybe Vince McMahon, with his experience and with his knowledge, right? Because he knew that WWE is not a monthly show. It's not a it's not a show that has its off seasons. It's a year-long show, and they have to make programming every single week, maybe a few times in a week, where the storylines have to keep going. So maybe the years and years and years of decades of experience that Vince McMahon had, maybe that experience made Vince McMahon not go all out and give us all the storylines at once, right? Maybe that's why he took a gradual step and he only gave us one or two good storylines at a time. Maybe that was a reason. But with TKO doing it for the first time ever, and they're going all out, obviously, with the stories and the programming, making it so loaded. Maybe it's gonna be good, or maybe they'll soon realize that it's not so good in the long run. Who knows? We're still very early into the TKO era, and they might actually take a few steps back and go down that Vince McMahon route later on, where they're giving us 1 or 2 premier storylines and everything else is just mediocre. Who knows? We're gonna find out, but hopefully that's not gonna be the case. And we've got Bo Dallas is working with Adam. That's right, Bo Dallas is working with Adam Pearce. And yeah, let's not forget, when I mentioned about all of the other stuff, let's not forget Joe Hendry and NXT. NXT is popping. So much so that Ricky tells me that, AJ, you have to start doing NXT Watchalongs. It's good. And, I feel like we probably should, because NXT is popping. The world's talking about NXT, and, you cannot deny it. That's right. You're right. And Ricky says, Rhea, she's going to get Liv Morgan. I feel bad for Liv. I get that, totally. Buddy Matthews could be returning at the side of Rhea Ripley. Good for him, I guess. I'm not so much of a Buddy Matthews fan, to be honest, but if he's free, is he free from his AEW contract? I mean, if he is, then good for him. I mean, a lot of AEW people are now slowly coming back to the WWE. One of them, of course, Ethan Page, the new NXT champion. And let's also not forget CJ Perry, or Lana as they call her. Lana is also now done with the WWE. I'm sorry, with AEW. Lana has left AEW. It's true, I posted this a little while ago. Lana, who debuted with AEW last year, assisting her now separated husband, Miro, has officially left the company. Lana has confirmed that she is no longer with AEW. She was a part of the budget cuts back in April, should I say the roster cuts, as Tony Khan called it, back in April of 2024. She's no longer with them. She's no longer with AEW. And she is open to signing with any other promotion, even the WWE, as she says it. She says that she wants to help, grow and flourish the next generation of wrestlers and talent. And she says that basically you can say that she wants to be the next Paul Heyman. So it's interesting. Lana wants to be the next Paul Heyman. Is she going to be able to, succeed in her attempts and her desire to be the next Paul Heyman? A lot of people are already laughing at the idea. But, why not, as I say, aim for the moon. You're going to land somewhere in the stars. So maybe it's a good idea to aim for the moon, I guess. But let's see. We've got my brother True in the house. Brother, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, True. And here we are, Meechin in big trouble. Nia Jax was about to, squash her right there. Meechin gets out of the way. Tiffany Stratton, though, has got the equalizer. She has plays very strategically. The kendo stick on the apron as she distracts the referee, hoping that Nia uses that kendo stick. And she's got the stick in hand. Meechin, though, one step ahead. Drop kick to Nia Jax, sending her over there to the turnbuckle. Meechin with the tornado DDT. Nia Jax is done. Going for the cover. Meechin, and Nia Jax kicks out right there. Good to see you, brother. True, that's right. Dynamite 250 is going to be next week. We're going to be here. We're going to be watching Dynamite 250. It's going to be a heck of a show, I'm sure. I believe in Joe Hendry, says Anil. Brother, I used to believe in him. Then, I feel like I want to, but the song has started to get to me, and not in a very good way. It started to annoy me a little bit now. So it's hard for me to believe in Joe Hendry now. I'm really annoyed by his song, and the big smile on his face. It has started to annoy me. By the way, speaking of big smile, we've got a big ass smile right now on Nia Jax's face as she picks up the victory, defeats Meechin. And it seems like she's not done assaulting her, even after pinning her successfully. Nia Jax was climbing the turnbuckle, was about to squash Meechin again. Bayley comes to the rescue. And to stop Bayley, there she is, Tiffany Stratton. As Nia Jax called her, I cannot forget it ever, she called Tiffany her own little, or personal little Barbie doll. That's like the weirdest thing to call somebody in these days. But yeah, her personal little Barbie doll just came in to the rescue of Nia Jax, and now Tiffany Stratton, wow, with a spine buster to Bayley. Bayley goes down hard. Survivor Series is gonna go to LA, Inglewood, California this fall. Says Ricky. That's awesome, brother. That's great. Inglewood getting some love here from the WWE, and here we are now. Look at that. Nia Jax and her Barbie doll. Tiffany Stratton, Miss Money in the Bank. Whatever happened, by the way, with the idea of customized Money in the Bank briefcase? It hasn't happened yet. I was talking about it earlier in the stream as well, that she has not debuted her customized Money in the Bank briefcase. A prettier version of the briefcase, that is. You know, I think she's going to do it possibly by SummerSlam. You know, they're still selling that briefcase as merchandise on WWEshop.com, so they probably want to sell a few more of those before debuting an entirely new briefcase, that is. Henry needs to win a meaningful match. Yeah, absolutely. But also, with this TNA WWE partnership, how much can they do? Can they actually give Joe Henry a meaningful win? Can they give him a title in NXT? How far they can go? Because obviously, they are acknowledging... Wait a second. What is happening here? There was a bit of a tease, I believe. Yeah.
Look, I think Tiffany was maybe just trying to run through it once.
So there was a bit of a tease, I believe. Alright, so maybe Nia Jax's personal little Barbie doll was not gonna remain so loyal to Nia Jax. It seemed like she was maybe, just maybe, gonna cash in her briefcase. Nia was dumbfounded. Then Tiffany said, haha, JK, and, you know, took a step back. So it hasn't happened tonight. It could happen at SummerSlam. That was the tease implied. But we're gonna find out. Tiffany should be glamorizing her briefcase soon. I hope so, Andy. I look forward to the glamorized version of the briefcase after all. And here we are, a video package featuring the Bloodline.
That's why I'm here, to build a whole new family. A more powerful family.
Right-hand man, Tama Tonga, step up. I acknowledge you.
Hungrier,
Infamous Tonga Law, step up.
a more aggressive.
My enforcer, Jacob Fonto, step up. I acknowledge you.
This family will rule for decades as long as I'm the tribal chief. And by the end of tonight, everyone will acknowledge me.
By the end of tonight, Wade, what could that ominous warning from Solo possibly mean?
Dread to think, but we should be ready to get the hell out of here at a moment's notice.
Wow, Baron Corbin. It's been a while, good sir. Good to see him. Baron Corbin is on his way out. Okay. Wow, so this is a match of the irrelevance, I say. Okay. I thought we were in for a meaningful match, but this is going to be a super irrelevant one. We've got Baron Corbin, which I felt, okay, maybe he's slowly climbing up the ladder. But then I saw that little graphics flashing at the bottom of the screen. We've got Corbin and we've got Apollo Crews. And if that doesn't sound irrelevant enough, they are going to be fighting an Angel Garza and Humberto. Humberto is so irrelevant that they literally ate the hum out of his name and he's only left with Berto. Berto sounds like a burp, honestly. So bad. Such a bad name. So irrelevant, such a bad booking. I don't know, I'm not sure what's worse, their booking or their name. But Angel and Berto are going to be fighting Corbin and Cruz up next. This is going to be the match to decide which team is super irrelevant. Yeah. Crazy. Anyways, we were talking about the grand wedding of the Ambanis, right? The Ambani, Anant Ambani's wedding, which John Cena, by the way, has been attending in India. He was in attendance. He actually still is in India. as the wedding took place just last night. It went quite late into the night. Let's take a look at some of the other shots that have uploaded from the wedding, and let's take a look at the fun that Cena's been having over here in India. Alright, this is John Cena, by the way, meeting the billionaire himself, Mukesh Ambani.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Come on in, my friend. Thank you.
By the way, this, if nobody knows this, I have to point this out because I have not seen a lot of people talking about this. This guy right here is actually the social media manager, the in charge for the WWE. And the fact that he was here along with John Cena for this wedding makes me raise an eyebrow, makes me think that this was done through the WWE. You know, the Ambanis, they must have gotten hold of the WWE, and they must have flown John Cena down through the WWE, and they must have arranged this whole thing via WWE and not directly with John Cena. That's why the WWE employee was with John Cena. Cena did not come out here alone. He didn't come out here with his wife. He came here with a WWE employee, which obviously, you know, it tells you the whole story. This was done via WWE.
Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Come on in, my friend. Thank you.
By the way, I gotta point this out one more time. That's Mukesh Ambani. That's the billionaire that we're talking about right now. This right here is his daughter. You know, obviously a billionaire too. And from the looks of it, it seems like Mukesh probably doesn't really know Cena or isn't very familiar with John Cena. You know, he's a big, busy man after all. And his daughter is the one who's fangirling over John Cena at the moment, telling her father who John Cena is, as he shakes her hand first and then shakes the hand of her father. And while this is all happening, take a look at his daughter-in-law, because she's standing right there, literally on her cell phone, not even caring about Cena being there, which is hilarious. Let's take a look at it. The first you saw, he shook hands with her daughter, his daughter, then with the billionaire himself. And take a look at the daughter-in-law. Take a look at that. Look at that right there. She doesn't even care that you got John Cena standing right there, right? She does not care. Look at that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look at that. But I guess that's what happens when you're a billionaire yourself. You know, you don't really care about others because, you know, you're a billionaire yourself. Anyways, we've got everybody over here. We've got my brother Jonathan. Jonathan, good to see you, my brother. Another day that Drew McIntyre is suspended and still sucks. Good to see you, Jonathan. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Wouldn't mind being paid to go to a wedding. I would not either, you know. I would not mind, you know, making a foreign trip, going to a wedding, that to a grand wedding where you've got over 4,500 different dishes and you can, you know, eat all you want. Why not? I would be happy to go there. And Cena was having a blast doing Bhangra, dancing, all that stuff. We're going to take a look at that as well during the next commercial break. We got Anil says, Stone Cold Mukesh Ambani, brother. He's going to land in prison if he does that. Clay, good to see you. Welcome. Justice for Drew, says Jonathan. Well, he's still suspended, Drew. Jonathan, he's still suspended. Drew McIntyre is still out of here. This was the rich wedding the world is talking about. That's right, Ricky. This was a crazy big wedding. And, you know, gotta wonder why. The one question that kept popping in my head last night while I was watching the festivities of this wedding take place was why? Like, why months of celebration in India, outside of India, with all these crazy as artists? Then you've got this lavish wedding. The only question was why? What are they trying to prove? We understand they're super rich, but why? Anyways, Andrade over here with Byron Saxton. Let's take a look. What are they talking about? Andrade, tell us when Charlotte is returning.
WWE es mi destino.
Okay.
Por eso Andrade está de vuelta. No. Byron, what are we doing and talking to this guy for?
I popped a little bit because I saw, you know, Carmelo obviously show up. and we could only see his shirt until a point, and I thought that was Shane McMahon for a second, but of course that's Carmelo Hayes. Still cool. Still cool.
Say, la gente lo dijo.
Oh.
Well, the people are saying that you're the one that screwed me out of that match. Man, I should be treated better around here. I don't know if people forgot. I'm a first-round draft pick. I need to start being treated like that.
I like that. I like that. Carmelo here demanding some respect as he should. He's no Drew McIntyre after all, right, Jonathan? He deserves better. Absolutely.
What's next for Andrade? What is next?
What's next?
Him.
Oh, okay. Andrade says it right there. He says, what's next? It's him. That's Carmelo Hayes. Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes is going to go down. That's obvious. Andrade looking good.
Andrade versus Carmelo.
All right. Match of the irrelevance. Apollo Crews making his way out, and I'm yawning already. Good to see you, Jeff. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, my brother. We got True here saying, did they pay for Cena's bald spot? I don't know. But you know that bald spot was not quite visible last night, and maybe that's because the groom had a bald spot of his own, which was a little bit bigger than John Cena. So maybe that's why it got overshadowed. Anyways, no offense, that's cool. We've got Ricky saying, Drew is not here tonight, Jonathan. It's got to be on Monday on Raw. I like that. Thank you for that, Ricky. AJ, maybe we'll get an invitation to Drew McIntyre's wedding. Well, he's already married, so unless there's something else cooking over there, I don't think that's going to happen, my brother Jonathan. We've got Ricky saying AJ believes CMLL is upset with Look, who would not be upset, right? And I hate the fact how these days the dirt sheet is so painfully obvious. I was reading a report. This almost makes me laugh, right? I was reading a report that came out a couple hours ago, and that report stated that WWE actually hired a top lawyer to help Jacob Fatu get into Canada and to waive off his ban to travel to Canada. It just made me laugh that people were reporting that as news, and the reason why is that the WWE is a billion-dollar company, is it not? It's a top company. It's the largest wrestling company in the world. It has got Endeavor backing it, right? It recently signed a billion-dollar Netflix deal. So obviously, when the WWE goes out and hires a lawyer, I think it's quite understood that it's got to be a top lawyer. No secrets there. Then when Michael Cole himself announced on the show that the WWE and Triple H intervened to get Jacob Fatu into Canada, I thought it was obvious that they had to undergo some kind of a, the lawyer's route, the law route to get Jacob into Canada. They had to, talk with the authorities. So the report made no sense. And sometimes, actually a lot these days, the dirt sheet is so obvious. It just makes me laugh that people actually report it and reshare the news as news when it's like telling you the sky is blue. Similarly, this whole CMLL Stephanie story is very similar because, of course, Stephanie was a double champion and she was stripped of the title when she decided to join the WWE. Of course, it was obvious that her current promotion that she was working with wouldn't be happy because she was working with them. She was their champion. It makes sense. But then AEW also is quite high on her, and they wanted to hire her. It was very known to the public. Of course, they were not going to be happy either. So yeah, I agree that both CMLL and AEW, they're probably not very happy with Stephanie joining WWE on a very short notice. Absolutely. Let's see. AJ, what's the main event tonight? Brother, I believe in the main event tonight we are actually going to be getting Solo Sikoa, right? He is going to be possibly cutting a promo, a segment in the main event. I don't think we have a match set for the main event just yet. Already married, I guess her invite must have gotten lost in the post. Yeah, absolutely. Did you know that Drew McIntyre's first wife was Taryn Terrell? I had no idea until when I interviewed Taryn. It blew my mind. But yeah, we don't know if we have a main event scheduled yet. Possibly it's just going to be Solo Sikoa and a segment featuring the Bloodline. Otherwise, it could also be, I hope it's not, but we also have the World Tag Team, the WWE Tag Team Championships that are going to be defended tonight. It's going to be DIY versus A-Town Down and Under. I don't know what that name even is. But they are going to be having a championship match too. So it could be the main event. I hope it's not, but we're going to find out. And here we are, Baron Corbin thrown to the outside. Anybody cares about this match right now? Anybody? Let me know if you do. We've got Jonathan Singh. I don't think there's anything wrong with the dirt sheet. I think it's good to know what matches are coming up. No, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with the dirt sheet. You know, this is Wrasslinews telling you, so obviously I can't go up against myself. But you know, I feel like some of the dirt sheets and the articles that they post, some of the articles are just, you know, you get the idea, brother. What's up with the Motor City Machine Guns? You know, there's speaking of Motor City Machine Guns, speaking of TNA factions, I don't know if you guys caught that, but the Rascals are reunited on NXT. It's a pretty big deal because Trey Miguel is somebody that I've always wanted to see in NXT, somebody I've always wanted to see in the WWE, so I'm very happy that he's finally getting his shine. Really deserves it. He really does. Amazing guy, amazing talent, and it's good to see him finally, you know, rising to the top slowly. It's good to see that. All right. By the way, Motor City Machine Guns, I believe, are currently their free agents. Yeah, seems like they're, at the moment, they're free agents. Let's see. We got Ricky saying, tell you the truth, I love this past, what is this? Dynamite was a good show, but rating is not good overall. By the way, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys must have seen it. I shared this on our Instagram group as well, and on Instagram too. We've got Tony Khan, who was recently asked if he would like to run at the Manhattan Center. That's the Hammerstein Ballroom, you know, a venue famous for ECW, also some of the WWE shows. Raw was recently there a couple of years ago. Of course, GCW runs out of Hammerstein too, here and there. Fantastic venue, and I feel like it just fits the vibe of AEW overall. I would not be against the idea, and Tony Khan said that he would be open to running at the venue. He says that it will be an absolute, a very quick sellout. And honestly, with how AEW is, right, and the kind of tone that this set, right, it's like anything goes, absolutely. They're all about good wrestling, and they're all about their very hardcore and very loyal fans. So I feel loyal and loud. So I feel that the Hammerstein Ballroom would be a fantastic venue for AEW, and not just for one night only. I feel, you know, they should possibly make it a season-long venue for AEW, maybe Collision or Dynamite. One of the two shows, it just films and airs out of the Hammerstein Ballroom for 6 months, and try that out. See how it goes. But I feel if they stay in one place in New York City, in the heart of New York City, at the Manhattan Center, really for 6 months, they're going to capture that market. They're really going to capture that market. It's not a very big venue, so the fans are going to be, they're going to rotate in and out of the venue, right? And you're going to have new fans, and you're going to have people and friends. It's going to be like the new Broadway for New York City. And it's going to give great television content, very engrossed fans to AEW. I get goosebumps when I think about it. I think the Hammerstein Ballroom and AEW is a marriage that is really, it should happen. It's a marriage that really should happen. Let's see though. Yeah, exactly. True. One of the first guys that I was thinking about when it came to the ballroom was Moxley. I think they should really take a hard look at that. Hammerstein Ballroom really showcases the talent, the wrestling, the ring, and also the fans. And AEW has got fantastic fans. And they will really make an impact in New York City and the New York City wrestling community if they stay in New York for 6 months. They should do that, I think. I think they should. Let me know what do you feel. If that's a good idea, if that's a terrible idea, if that sucks, let me know. Sometimes my ideas can be crazy. Let's see, we've got True saying Machine Guns have earned the right to take their time anyway to sign. Absolutely. You know, they have done it all, and they can take their time, rest their bodies before they sign somewhere. And here we are, by the way, big super kick to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin gets Berto up on his shoulder again. Whenever I say Berto, I feel like I'm gonna burp. It's a terrible name, Alright, we've got, what else do we have here? Ricky says Motor City Machine Guns are free to go to WWE, something that the tag team divisions that need right now. Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever the WWE does, they've got new titles and everything, but the tag team division still needs a lot of help. I guess they are in that phase of recovery, and they're trying to get better. Of course, with the new titles, it definitely helps. But the whole division is just not exciting at the moment. So they need some help in that department. Absolutely, they do. By the way, a series of German suplexes over here from Apollo Crews to Angel. I'm not going to call him Angel Garza, because Garza is out of here. We've got AEW UK's Ricky. So, yep, Sabin and Shelley would definitely raise the bar if they believe they want them. 100%, brother. I want to see Machine Guns versus the Bucks one more time. Me too. They will put on a banger. Everybody knows that. 100%. And he says they should go to the places that they want to go to. Yeah, and, you know, by staying free agents, they can do that. But, of course, the WWE would never hire them. I feel like AEW will probably be more... I don't know if they will be right now, but I think they should be more, I guess, careful before having free agents on their shows, because obviously the WWE, like an eagle, right? They are watching their every move, they are scouting their every talent, and any talent that they feel is hot and a free agent, they'll try to pick him up. I feel like Stephanie's a very good example of that. She had a fantastic match against Mercedes Moné at the Forbidden Door. Of course, she was not signed to an AEW contract. The WWE scored big, and they got her under a WWE contract. Literally less than a week, or a week after Forbidden Door. It's crazy. But the AEW should be more careful about using free agents or other companies', you know, talent on their programming, because of course the WWE is watching. They're watching. By the way, Garza with a dirty finish over here and a victory over Apollo Crews right there. Mr. D saying, welcome, good to see you. Thank you for the love. Could Ricochet arrive at All In or All Out? I feel like it's gonna be All In. I think so. Let me know, True, what do you think? But I think All In has gotta be it. I think so. MLW, Andy, could be something as well. I mean, you know, MLW has made some stars, let's not forget, but, you know, Shelley already is a star. But, of course, Hammerstone comes from MLW too. He had an extended period of run over there in MLW. By the way, PCW Ultra, the promotion that Jacob Fatu was so loyal to PCW Ultra, the WWE is trying to get Jacob Fatu matches, Jacob Fatu clips, down from PCW Ultra's pages. I'm not sure why. Maybe they want to kind of erase the former figure of Jacob Fatu, the image that he created on the independent scene, the hardcore. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're trying to get, the older videos of Jacob Fatu down from the promotions page, which is interesting.
Get to the back of it. Nobody, I repeat, nobody is getting in
What
before moi.
does this mean?
Excuse me, Mr. Knight. Is Nick busy?
Yeah, actually, he said he was going to call you. I think he's got a couple more things to do. Just going to be a little bit longer. I think it'll be good.
Well, the megastar LA Knight is on his way.
Alright, LA Knight's gonna come out now. I'm not sure about you guys, but do you guys still pop over LA Knight? I mean, let me know, be honest. Does everybody pop when LA Knight shows up now? Or is it an old thing? Is it not a very cool thing to do anymore? Let me know. Anyways, we've got, that was a very weird segment. Piper Niven, I'm not sure what she's even doing, but she was over there waiting in line to see Nick Aldis, and she was reading a book that said how to start a cult. I'm not sure what that means, but if she's looking to start a cult, she should probably get in touch with, Uncle Howdy. Howdy's got a little more experience at that, so yeah, probably should look into that. Anyways, we've got Ellen Knight, who's making his way out now after having a little discussion with the one and only Nick Aldis, the decision maker around over here. So let's see what Ellen Knight's got to be saying here. What about Ricochet has a match versus Will Ospreay? Brother, I would love that. I would love that. I think it's a match that is bound to happen and possibly could be the first match of Ricochet in AEW Him and Will Ospreay, they're gonna be putting on an absolute banger. And Ricochet's actually gonna give us a good match in like, what, 6 years? He's not given me one memorable match while he was with the WWE. I'm sorry. I know that some of the people, you know, liked him in the WWE. I never did. He was not great. I wasn't a big fan. So hopefully he's gonna give us a good match when he arrives in AEW. And, you know, also hopefully we'll get rid of the name Ricochet, because Ricochet did no favors. Prince Puma did. So I would love to see the return of Prince Puma. Piper Niven needs to look at new places to wrestle, says Andy. Maybe. But, you know, as long as she's getting that big paycheck, I think she's happy. I don't see that, you know, in some wrestlers and some people, you see that hunger. You see that drive. That, hey, if WWE is not giving me that platform, I'm going to take my bag, I'm going to go to this other company, and I'm going to show the world what I've got. I don't see that fire, that hunger, and Piper, and, you know, she's not the only one. There's a lot of people I can count on my fingertips. I just don't see the fire in them. You know, can I say Angel Garza and Humberto as well? I feel like they also fall into the same category. I don't see that fire. I don't see that, okay, if WWE drops them, they're gonna really kill it outside of the company. I don't see that. So, you know, with Piper, I feel like she's getting that big-ass paycheck. She's got her name, Piper, back. She's no longer Doudrop. I think she's happy. We've got Ricky saying at All Out. By the way, AJ, LA Knight is so boring. Yeah, I see Ricky's not an LA Knight fan anymore. Naturally, the megastar isn't megastarring it. Exactly true. Thank you for that. And, you know, when everybody started saying, yeah, I was kind of getting into it as well. And I said, yeah, every once in a while, too. I'm not going to lie. You know, it was cool to say yeah, right? But it gets annoying very quickly. All right. Just me saying yeah like 4 or 5 times right now just annoyed the heck out of me. I'm not going to say that word like the entire night now. But yeah, coming back to the topic of LA Knight, you know, I have to agree with True. The megastar isn't starring anymore. He has taken a backseat. I'm not sure if he's going to be re-entering the program with Logan Paul. He probably will. But he hasn't done anything substantial. He hasn't won any titles. It's all talk right now at this point, right? I mean, anybody that he's fought, has he really had a very meaningful victory? I don't think so. Really just big talk. I think we can call him Big Talk LA Knight. I think it'll fit his character too, because he's all about the promo, he's all about the talking, he's all about the yeah, not much, nothing else. So yeah, he's really not done anything else to get us excited or to get us totally hooked, you know, on his character or anything else. But here we are now with Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton one more time. Backstage, he takes a seat right next to Cody, and he eyes that title. Man, this ultimate heel turn, whenever it's going to be happening, Randy Orton, it's going to be amazing. Cody and Randy, they have such a rich history together. Look at these two right now. It's crazy. They have such a great history. Cody Rhodes started in the WWE. He started in professional wrestling under the umbrella of Randy Orton with the legacy. Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase Jr., Randy Orton, they wreaked havoc throughout the locker room. It was an insane period of time. And it gives me goosebumps when I think about Randy Orton ultimately turning heel, going after Cody, taking away his title. It's going to be beautiful, and I cannot wait for it. Randy Orton as a heel is the best work that he does, and I know it's coming, and it's going to be great. You got Jordan, by the way. Jordan just says, would you push to the title picture in WWE or AEW? Who would you push in the title picture? Look, I think the answer is already there when it comes to the WWE. I would say Randy Orton should be pushed to the title picture immediately. I would love that. But when it comes to AEW, there are so many people really deserving to be pushed to the title picture. You know, of course, we've got a great champion in AEW already, but who could be next? Should I say Prince Puma maybe? Sooner than later. You know, obviously he's got a debut, and I think he's going to be just fantastic. I know Samoa Joe's taken a little bit of a time off, but I would really enjoy Samoa Joe as the world champion. But it seems like he has taken some time off in AEW, so that's that. But let me know, Jordan, great question from you. I'd like to know what you think as well. Who should be pushing the title picture in AEW? Let me know. We've got True here saying only big win was against Styles. Yeah, so big that I actually forgot about it. Thank you for that. Thank you for reminding me, True. But that victory really did nothing for him, right? Nothing really. There has been no change. He has not received any big push after that victory. It just went nowhere. True says Cody might be turning on Randy like Mariah. Oh my goodness. Wow, but that would make Cody a heel. So I don't know if they want to make Cody a heel, especially if The Rock really is coming back for next year's Mania. I don't know if Cody needs to be a heel. So for that reason, I think Randy Orton, and I think I'm a little bit biased over here because I want Randy to turn heel because Randy is at his finest when he's a heel. That's true. So I'm a little bit biased here. I want Randy to turn heel. I want him to tear Cody into pieces just like he tore Daniel Bryan into pieces back in the day. Man, let's be honest. The whole Daniel Bryan story, the Yes movement, it would have not been as compelling without Randy Orton. Randy Orton and his magic of being a heel made it that much more compelling, interesting, scary. It's great. Randy as a heel is the best. Randy Orton is I have a few heels outside of wrestling that I absolutely love and adore. Green Goblin, number 1. Vegeta, number 2. Randy Orton, number 3. I hold 3 of them. Same class. Andy says Becky or Natalya could be chasing Mercy's title. Yeah. So when it comes to Natalya, she could be heading to AEW. It seems like it. Crazy, but it seems like it. But let's talk about it in a while. We've got LA Knight talking right now, what he does best. So let's listen to LA Knight real quick.
And somebody else reached up and grabbed that Money in the Bank contract.
Is LA Knight complaining about somebody else winning the contract? It's his fault that he didn't win, right?
I start thinking, Money in the Bank contract or no Money in the Bank contract. I told y'all, it doesn't make a difference. I am the walking embodiment of Money in the Bank. Yeah.
What does that mean? I'm the walking embodiment of Money in the Bank. You're not a briefcase, LA Knight. But my brother Andrew over here. Good to see you, my brother Nautic. Andrew, hope you're doing well. Welcome. We're having a banger of a time over here. Great show so far. We got Ricky saying, me too, AJ. I'd love to see Randy Orton take out Cody Rhodes for good and make Cody pay for what he did to Roman. I like that, Ricky. I like that. I need Cena versus Styles one more time. Me too. Cena Styles, Cena Orton, Cena Lesnar, Cena Rock. Maybe not Cena Rock, but we're gonna get some good Cena matches for sure. And Cena Styles needs to be on the list, 100% on it. Hey, who knows? Maybe that could be the retirement match for AJ Styles too. AJ Styles also looking to retire sooner than later. Drew says it's probably gonna be Rock versus Roman. I'd be okay with that. I feel like if it's not gonna be Rock versus Cody, I'll be okay with Rock versus Roman. It's gonna be just as good. Just as good. And Cody has main evented Mania for like 2 years in a row, right? So I'd be okay with that.
Something more important that happened right there. What happened right there is I pinned the United States.
Yeah, Andrew. It's been a banger. Tonight's been a banger of a show. Yeah, you're right. True says probably won't. We're not gonna be seeing Lesnar. Lesnar, I believe it was his 47th birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Lesnar. Hope you're enjoying yourself. But yeah, so far it doesn't seem like we're gonna be seeing Lesnar, and we probably will not until and unless his, image is cleared, and maybe I don't know how long the lawsuit's gonna last. It's probably gonna last a while, the Vince McMahon lawsuit. But unless that all is cleared, TKO will steer clear of Lesnar, and that's for certain.
Already on it.
One match that we're definitely going to be seeing when John Cena returns for his retirement tour is John Cena versus Braun Breaker, because they're obviously building Braun Breaker to be the next Lesnar, so that match is definitely going to happen. Alright, LA Knight. Now what's happening now? Okay.
Now, the only thing missing, I look through here, I see a signature from Nick Aldis. Yeah. I see a signature from LA Knight. Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing missing is a signature from that edgelord, Logan Paul. So what I want to do, I would love to have Logan Paul come right down here and sign this contract right now. But don't get too excited. That ain't gonna happen. I can't do that. You know why? Surprise, surprise, all in your eyes. Guess who ain't here? Logan Paul. But Logan, you can rest assured one way or another, I will get this contract signed. It will be you. It will be me.
All right, so of course the Logan Paul pursuit continues. LA Knight still wants that US title. By the way, I don't know if everybody has seen this poster already. It seems good. You know, something about this poster tells me that the Bloodline is going to be the focal point of SummerSlam, obviously. But this poster is so eerie because it's so cool. And obviously it's a badass poster. Jacob Fatu and the Bloodline, they all look badasses. The new tribal chief right there riding the car. But it's so cold. Like, you get hyped, but you also feel the coldness of this poster. It's great. Very well made. Very well made. But LA Knight comes out here, of course, telling us what we already knew. The pursuit continues. His pursuit of the US title, Logan Paul, it continues. LA Knight versus Logan Paul got to take place at SummerSlam, and that's for certain. I think we're going to be seeing Brock Lesnar after WrestleMania 41, says Ricky. Let's see, brother. It could be happening. He's beating Paul at SummerSlam. Wow. True says that Logan Paul's gotta get beat. I don't know, brother. You know, Logan Paul just finished 250 days as champion with only 2 title defenses in 250 days. Not that great. But Logan Paul has been giving WWE exposure on the mainstream media. He's doing impulsive podcasts. He's got his title. He's interviewing Donald Trump. He's got his title. He's going anywhere. He's got his title. So he's not doing as much work in the ring. That's obvious. But outside of the ring, he's giving the championship some exposure. So him dropping that title is gonna make the news. It's going to wait a second. Blair Davenport, guys.
Living your truth. Truth is.
There we go. What is she showing up? Look, Blair Davenport is somebody that I've always been popping for. I always pop when I see Blair Davenport. She's fantastic. Cannot wait to see her arrive over here on the main roster.
So while you cry,
it's gonna be badass. I am ready for Blair Davenport. She's good. She's that good. So talented, all the way from NXT UK until now. She's incredible. Let's see. Bloodline Wolfpack. Yeah, true. You're right about that. I'm ready for Blair Davenport. Is it happening right now? It is. She is here. I like that. Blair Davenport on her way out. It's gonna be good. I am ready. I'm ready. I can totally see her being the next champion. She already looks champion material. She already looks like she can absolutely be a better champion than Bayley. No offense to Bayley or Bayley fans, but she looks great. And she's going to be fighting Naomi when we come back from the commercial break. Speaking of Naomi, she hasn't done anything very, what would I say without, you know, I would say she hasn't done anything important ever since she made her return, right? Her return itself was pretty cool, but after that, it's been quite average for her. Quite an average run for her. She hasn't done anything important. It's much been like LA Knight with less talking, that is. I would like to see her do more. I would like to see her maybe, you know, get back into the tag team title picture. I think she'll fit in perfectly. But the Women's Tag Team Championships, they need help. Speaking of the Women's Tag Team Championships, I don't even remember who the current Women's Tag Team Champions are. I'm sorry. Let's take a look. Does anybody remember who the current Women's Tag Team Champions are? Is that even a thing anymore? Okay, I really don't remember. Okay, alright. The Unholy Union. Alba Fire and Ala Dawn. I forgot. Sorry, my bad. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who forgot, right? Alright, Trinity should have joined Mercedes. I agree. By the way, speaking of the wedding that we have been talking about for quite a while, since we are on a commercial break, let's take a look back at the wedding. Let's take a look at John Cena actually enjoying himself at the wedding. It's funny. This is the funniest clip that you'll see today. Let's take a look. That's John Cena right there, guys. It is so funny. He's having a great time. Yeah, that's the groom right there. That's Anant Ambani, the son of the billionaire Mukesh Ambani, of course, who's getting married today. And that's his mother, of course, dancing with John Cena and everybody. Like, this entire crowd that you see over here, it's full of billionaires and celebrities. It's crazy. All these people gathered under one roof. And John Cena, of course, with the "You Can't See Me" dance. He's invented an Indian dance with a twist of "You Can't See Me." It's so funny. Yeah, this guy is cool. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, that's the power of money, guys. It can make anybody dance. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. We've got WWE is making new mid-title. I saw that. So I saw that. By the way, those titles, those images, they looked AI generated. So I am still not buying that report as totally legitimate or something that really is going to happen, because if you take a look back at those images that were, sent across on social media, they looked quite AI generated. So it could be or could not be true. But if it is true, I don't think it should happen, because look at that. Exactly. True, thanks to that, Alba Fire and her partner. Exactly. The champions and the titles that they have already, not all of them are quite relevant. For example, the men's tag team champions, right? They're not. Of course, they are more relevant than they have been in years, but still, there's a lot of work to be done in the men's tag team division. Then you talk about the World Heavyweight Champion, the one that's currently held by Damian Priest. Of course, it's a world title. Of course, you've got big names in there, so it's relevant, but still, there's work needed to be done over there as well to make that title feel just as important as Cody Rhodes' title. Then you talk about the Intercontinental title, which was doing great as long as it was with Gunther, but now that it's with Sammy, you know how the story goes. Then you've got the Speed title, then you've got the tag team titles, you've got the women's tag team titles. They've already got a lot of titles that they need to do some work with. The women, they don't need another mid-card title. I really don't think so. I really don't. Yeah, I don't think there's a need for a new title introduction. It's not needed. If anything, make the Speed title, I guess. Make two titles for the Speed format, I guess. Make a men's and a women's title. And make that women's mid-card title, I guess. Right? We've got True saying women need a secondary singles title. You think so, True? Okay. Well, let's see how that goes down. I'm just afraid. Look, maybe they do need a secondary title. But I'm just afraid that the WWE will not book it right. Or they'll forget about it. I don't know. I know this is still not the Vince McMahon's era, so most likely will not be the case. But I'm just looking at the Women's Tag Team Championship, and it's not relevant. It's not super special. They haven't done a whole lot of exciting stuff with it. So I don't know how much stuff they're actually going to be able to do with a secondary women's title. So I'm a little concerned about how it'll be booked. The need maybe is there, but are they going to be able to book it right and make it important? That I very highly doubt. By the way, a video package over here talking about John Cena and his announced farewell tour. True says the women don't have a mid-card title. That's true. No, True, you're right. That is true. They don't have a mid-card title. Obviously, there's a need for one, but are they going to be able to book it right is the question. NXT has a secondary women's title. The main roster needs one. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's see if they actually debut one. And here we are now. Blair Davenport looking great. And angry. Very angry. By the way, I hope everybody had a great week so far, and you all are ready for the weekend, because the weekend is upon us. Friday night almost over.
Side that has taken her all the way to
Cool. Naomi on her way out. I love how everybody knows that it's gonna happen, right? I'm looking at Twitter right now, and everybody talking about how Randy Orton says that when people come after Cody's title, he'll have his back. Never trust the Viper. You know, Cody Rhodes should know better that he cannot trust the Viper. He just cannot. Alright, we got True here saying that just means that Paul needs to figure out how to book it. They have enough women to make it work. That's right. That is true. You know, I guess we're looking at two of them right now, right? Naomi and Blair. Fantastic women. Of course, it makes sense now that you mention it, you know. You've got a lot of people on the roster, a lot of women on the roster, and they could do something with the mid-card title. Makes sense. Let's see. And here we are now, headlock locked in on Naomi. Naomi sent Davenport over to the ropes with the rebounds. Davenport hits Naomi with a shoulder tackle. Naomi goes down. Blair once again to the ropes over here on the rebounds. Was going to go for the clothesline. Naomi with a nice dodge over there. Okay. And gets Naomi down. One more time. It dropped. A leg drop right there on. Davenport goes for the cover. Davenport kicks out. Naomi one more time has her in a headlock. But Cody is the dumb babyface right now. Yeah, that's true. Poor Cody. But this is going to be great, brother. The heel turn, if it's going to happen, it's going to be so good. It's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. You know, this is what I was talking about, and this is why I hated Matt Riddle, because Randy Orton is the best when he's a heel, and with Matt Riddle, Randy Orton was like the ultimate and one of the worst baby faces I've ever seen. Randy should not be a babyface, and especially whatever he was doing with Matt Riddle with the mustache was terrible. So I'm glad that Riddle is gone. I really am. And here we are now, Irish Whip, and Davenport with a nice reversal, a boot to the arm of Naomi. Naomi in a little bit of a trouble. Davenport's face looks different. Yeah, definitely has had some work, 100%. And I feel like I have been noticing this change gradually. You know, it was not like immediate, but I've been noticing a little bit of a change ever since she came from the NXT UK roster over here. I did notice some change in her game tonight that we see her on the main roster. You know, the change is there. Definitely had some work. It's crazy because I was looking back at some of the old images of Charlotte, and I had somebody with me at the moment, and they're not a wrestling fan, right? So when I showed them how Charlotte looked like before and how she looks like now, you know, the person next to me was surprised, and they were like, "Are you sure that's the same person?" I said, "Yeah, that's the same person. That's literally Charlotte before and after, I guess, she became champion." Right? So that's the power of plastic surgery, and that's the power of all these crazy cosmetic surgeries. It can make you a totally different person. In the case of Charlotte, she got work on her face, she got work on her chest, she got a lot of work done, you know, a lot of places, and really she has become a different person. Yeah. And we've got True saying Randy got the chance to be high at work. I'm sure he didn't mind. Definitely. I did mind, though. I really did mind, because that was not the Randy Orton that we deserve. We deserve, you know, 100% Randy Orton who's totally into the storylines, who's totally in the action. That's the Randy we all deserve. We've got Andy saying Blair Davenport should get the victory. She needs it. She will get it. I mean, I would be shocked if Davenport loses this match, right? Water is great. Okay, let's take a look. We've got less than an hour to go. We still don't know what really is going to be closing the show tonight. I am assuming that it's going to be the Bloodline segment, since we haven't seen them all night long. Still to come is a tag team championship match, so that's that. Ashley Flair has truly become the plastic queen. Unfortunately, that is true. Yep, Naomi is definitely losing, says True. It sucks to admit that, but it's true. She is going to be losing this match. You know. there's nothing to gain, even if she wins, to be honest. Even if Naomi wins, I think we all know that they're not going to be doing anything with the momentum that she's going to gain, right? And she's not going to gain a lot of momentum anyways. So she has to lose this match to make Darren Port look good. Absolutely. Anyways, Ethan Page, by the way, is the NXT champion, guys, and Ethan Page had a few things to say about AEW, calling it unorganized and whatnot. And of course, Ethan Page, he made his WWE debut under the same name, Ethan Page, and the WWE being WWE, they have actually filed to trademark that name, Ethan Page. So even though he was free to use it until now, he's not going to be free to use it outside of the WWE because the name has obviously been trademarked. And it's quite interesting because if you look at all these people who are now making their WWE debuts recently, Ethan Page, Jacob Fatu, they all are making their debuts with their existing ring names. I think the WWE is being super clever at the moment, and Ethan Page is a shining example of that. They allow wrestlers to make their debut with their existing name, the name that they have been very popular with on the outside. TKO realizes that, hey, if we bring in Jacob Fatu from MLW, the MLW audience, they know him as Jacob Fatu, and the casual fans know him as Jacob Fatu. So, if he shows up as, I don't know, Joseph Fatu, possibly some people are going to lose track. So they have these people debut under their current existing ring names, and when the time comes, they trademark those names. So not only are you still bringing in the audience that stayed with those people, that was with those people on the indies, but you're bringing that audience and you're locking that name so you make it your own. So the TKO is clever, and maybe he's even more vicious than Vince McMahon when it comes to that. The trademark filing of Ethan Page's name is a big example of that. By the way, we've got my brother over here. It's been a while. James in the house. Good to see you, my brother James. And he says, hello AJ, just stopped by to say hi, and the AEW chants followed. Good to see you, James. Welcome, hope you're doing well. By the way, Naomi with a cover on Darren Port, and Darren Port with a kick out right there. We've got True saying Naomi is definitely losing. Andrade married the Crypt Keeper. Yeah, we've got, that is funny. That is funny, yeah. And here we are one more time. We've got Naomi in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so the Undertaker show is going to be taking place in Cleveland, Ohio, I believe, around the time SummerSlam, August 3rd. And, Taker's show is quite remarkable. People talk, they really, have a lot of praises for that show. Anybody you ask who's been in attendance, they will only have good things to say about that show. But the one thing about the show is that they don't allow photography, no cameras, no microphone, nothing, because they don't want that show to get leaked. Because in a lot of those shows, it's repetitive information, repetitive promos, repetitive segments, same stories being shared, and it's true. Taker, I believe, has admitted it at one point himself that it's a lot of time it's the same, format. So you don't want that to be out on the internet. So there's nothing new for the people who will attend a future show. So that's that. Yeah. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And here we are, by the way, big knee strike to the face of Darren Port. Darren Port, wow. In big trouble. Naomi turns her upside down, goes for the cover. What the hell just happened here? True. We were wrong over here. I cannot believe that. That is crazy. Okay. Wow, what the hell? Never saw this coming in my wildest dreams, but I'm happy for Naomi, but what the hell just happened over here? Naomi has defeated Darren Port. Wow. Most times won't sign now unless they keep the rights to their stage names. I know, right? It's quite interesting what they did to Ethan Page, and it was like, at first, it felt like, wow, this is a whole new WWE. They let you use your current name. But then, you realize that, wow, this is an entirely vicious WWE that not only lets you use your current name, they lock them for themselves forever. It's crazy. That's right, never saw this coming, but Naomi has defeated Blair Davenport. I'm not sure what she's going to be doing with this victory, how is she going to be using this momentum, but good on her. And maybe this highlights the importance of a mid-card title, which I was not very, I would say familiar with, because I never realized that we needed the title until now. Because look, Naomi just won this big match against Davenport, right? and she has this momentum. She cannot go to Bayley because Bayley is locked in on the Nia Jax match right now. She has nowhere to go. She cannot go for the tag team titles because she's got no partner. Her partner's down in AEW now, Mercedes Moné. So what does she do with this momentum? She just drops it and loses it. So she could instead take this momentum and get herself a mid-card title. So it makes sense now. Actually true. You're right, mid-card title should happen. True, Ricky? You've changed my stance over here a little bit. I agree. The mid-card title must and should happen. I agree with that. We're getting a progressive recap, taking a look at the victory of DIY as they won those tag team titles. And they're going to be defending it again against A-Town Down and Under. That's the weirdest damn name, by the way, for a team ever. Yeah, let's see how that goes down. But we're going to be seeing the championship match later on tonight. I think it could be up next. All right. Let's see. Yeah, they're coming out now, right? They're coming out now. They are coming out now. DIY defending their title up next. This should be good. I don't know. So I read a lot of stuff about Austin Theory and Grayson Waller disbanding as a tag team. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but let's see. Let's see. Austin Theory apparently is still being seen by the people backstage as the top dog, as somebody who they feel is going to be the next star, next superstar. Interestingly. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but a lot of people are taking Austin Theory very seriously. They see him as almost the next John Cena. It's hard. I don't know if it's my vision, but I don't see it yet. I'm a little bit... maybe I'm not so far-sighted, my vision doesn't allow it to be. But yeah, Austin Theory, he's in a great shape. I just don't see the same thing that a lot of other people see when it comes to his future in the WWE. I hope I'm wrong, though. Let's see. Their name sounds like a freaky... Exactly, true. Exactly. Look, we went from names like DX to A-Town Down Under. I mean, what... Okay, you're right, true. You're totally right about that. It does sound like some sort of a position. A freaky position, that too. Alright, we are on a commercial break one more time. We've got my brother James over here saying that's the problem with WWE. They try to make it look like they care about the people, but they only care about themselves. It's always has and always will be a company filled with nothing but blood money, says James. I feel like that's, brother, I have to agree to a certain extent, right? But honestly, sadly, that's literally every company out there that you see right now. Look at Apple, the biggest example right now. It's a $1 trillion company, I believe right now, a $1 trillion company. And look at the stuff that they pull. It's insane, but the way that they can fool people is insane. They can make themselves look like the nicest of guys, but the way that they'll fool their own consumers is crazy. Yeah, you're right, James. I have to agree with you. It's sad, but that's like the truth of every billion or $1 trillion corporation these days. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. It's all about the green. And cover-ups, little Paul has done a good job as of right now, covering his skeleton, says James. Absolutely. The biggest example right now is the ring name, Jacob Fatu, Ethan Page. They come up with their own name. They come into the WWE with their own name, and everybody's happy. Everybody sees the change in the company, but then they trademark the name. It's very crazy. When I saw that Ethan Page got trademarked, I was taken aback. Anyways, still, we cannot deny that a lot of us over here, actually all of us over here, are united, and we're watching this show because of our love for the WWE and because the WWE brought us together. We cannot deny that, right? Anyways, James, my brother, I hope you're doing well. And AEW 250 is happening next week, Wednesday. We're going to be here watching AEW 250. I hope to see you there as well. I hope you're well, brother James. And, I've been trying Twitch, but when I was trying to do the stream simultaneously, I encountered some technical issues, and I felt that, since we're now getting into the whole watch-along stuff, let's just stick to one platform so we don't encounter any issues, and once this one platform is good and we're rolling with it, then we're going to be expanding to Twitch as well. I don't want to overcomplicate it right now. I know you want me on Twitch, brother James, and I want to be there as well, but right now we're just focusing on YouTube, and once we're rolling with this, we're going to be, getting on Twitch too. Thank you, Brother James. Hope you're doing well once again. Commercial upon us at the moment one more time. Let's see what else do we have going on. Let's take a look at Twitter and see what people are saying. Twitter is such a crazy platform. I've never liked Twitter, really. I've never been a fan of Twitter. I don't know how it works. I can have 20,000 followers on YouTube. I can have 100,000 followers on what, Instagram. But when it comes to Twitter, I will never have 1,000. I just don't get Twitter. It's so boring to me. But okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? Do we have any more Cena clips from the wedding, the Ambani wedding? No, that was it. No other John Cena clips came out of the wedding, apparently. By the way, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but take a look at this, guys. Take a look at this. John Cena in a turban. I don't know if anybody's seen this before, but take a look at that. Yep, that's right there. John Cena in a turban. You know, a lot of people, they ask, right? They ask me, and they ask Sikhs, why the turban, right? What's the idea behind the turban? So basically, our guru, you know, if you look at the older, I would say, the European kings, right? Or if you look at the Indian kings, or if you look at any king from back in the day, right? You would see one of the things that the kings always carry with them was a crown and a big sword, right? All the time you would see king with a crown and a sword, and that is the image that basically our God, our guru, gave to us was a turban and also a sword, also a kirpan. And that's why when it comes to Indian weddings, people who don't wear turbans on a regular basis, they wear a turban when it comes to the wedding, because turban, it signifies royalty. And people on the day of the wedding, they are all about royalty, and that's why you see John Cena also wearing a turban, you know, for the wedding of Ambani's. So, you know, basically, we were given an image of kings and queens with the turban and the sword. Yeah, that was the thing. So that was a little DYK. Did you know of the day? And here we are now with Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. Alright, they seem happy about Naomi with that big victory. I'm not sure. Anyways, you know, I love Bianca, I love Jade Cargill. They are acting a little bit over the top, as you saw right there. We heard reports that the WWE might not be totally into Jade Cargill at the moment. I'm not sure if those reports are accurate or not, but them acting over the top, I feel like, takes some seriousness away from Jade Cargill, which I don't know if that's a very good idea. And backstage, we've got, wow, this almost gave me a deja vu of John Cena and The Undertaker shaking hands backstage after their match, right? Naomi and Blair Davenport right there shaking hands. I'm not sure if that was what they were trying to recreate over here with these two. Oh my goodness, maybe definitely not. Look, I was so wrong. Definitely not. Because Davenport right there takes down Naomi. They were definitely not trying to recreate John Cena and The Undertaker. I could have not been so wrong today. Wow. First I was wrong about Naomi not winning, and now this. I am so wrong tonight with my predictions. But we've got a very good question here from True. Is it not disrespectful for him to wear it? No, it's not considered disrespectful now, brother, because he was wearing it for the wedding. And, you know, people who don't wear turbans on a regular basis also wear it on the day of the wedding, because for a wedding, you know, they try to create this theme of royalty in Indian weddings, and that's why they wear the turban. And if you look at the turban, you know, it's not your typical, like, Sikh turban, because you've got a different kind of design going on over here. So it's not your typical Sikh turban. They're not trying to exactly recreate that. But, yeah, it's not considered to be disrespectful. It's okay. And, you know, the people must have tied it on him as their guest. It's cool. You know, it's considered okay now. Yeah. That's it. But great question, True, and thank you for being very, I would say, thoughtful, because not a lot of people think about stuff like respect, disrespect, and they can unknowingly disrespect people and not even think about it. So thank you for being thoughtful, True. Really appreciate that. Did you see where the male models made their debut for Ring of Honor? I did. They are now with ROH AEW. It's great because I feel like they are going to be used right. But how do you feel about them continuing the use of this male models kind of gimmick? People say that they were the ones who came up with the idea. They were totally into it. How do you feel them using it even outside of the WWE? Let me know, James. Jade will turn on. She should, True. I thought at first that Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, the union, is going to help Jade Cargill. But right now it seems like maybe it's stopping her from going, all out. So I feel like a turn is going to help her and should happen. DIY Age's favorite brother, Anil. I could not care any less about these guys. Fake-ass Triple H and Johnny Gargano? No. It looks like Andrade versus Melo is what, really? Okay, I'm ready for it, True. I am ready for it. A double drop kick over here from DIY to A-Town Down Under. That's so funny because, A-Town Down would have been just okay as the tag team name, but they had to include Under too. If it's their gimmick, use it, says True. I agree. And you know what? People know them for that gimmick, so it's also a smart move for them to stick to that gimmick. As long as they're enjoying them, though. Hopefully they are enjoying that gimmick. Alright, here we are. We've got A-Town Down sending Gargano over to the barricade. Shoulder first into the barricade. He goes down. We've got Under. Can I call him Under? I think I should call him Under, right? Because Austin Theory is A-Town Down. So Under has to be Grayson Waller, right? I'm going to call him Under. That's right. We've got my brother Nautic Andrew over here. Good to see you, Andrew. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And one more time, a closer look at those beautiful tag team titles. A-Town Down Under continue as we go to a commercial break. Did we just not get into the match? A commercial break already? Okay. By the way, who cannot wait for these people to go to Netflix? I cannot. I really cannot. First of all, I don't have a great relationship with Sony. Their network provider in India. They are, I don't have a very good relationship with them. So I cannot wait for these guys to leave Sony and go to Netflix. I cannot wait. And, that's one of the biggest reasons why I can't wait. Secondly, they're just going to be going all out. Hopefully the programming is going to take a little bit of a turn, a little bit of a change, a production change and whatnot for the good, hopefully. So cannot wait. Netflix, WWE, I am excited. Really am excited. The Sony, the network provider in India, they want me to keep promoting their stuff over here. But I keep explaining to them I have a global audience, which is not just limited to India. But they don't understand, I guess. But I had a great relationship, but the people right now I feel like it's not so great. So I can't wait for them to go to Netflix. Let's just say that. Anyways, we've got James says, I said, okay, I can definitely see them working with Dalton Castle right now. I like that. By the way, has anybody seen that clip? I think Ricky shared it on the group the other day. But have you guys seen the clip of Cody Rhodes working as Dalton Castle's peacock? He did once, I think once. He worked as one of his peacocks. It's the funniest thing ever. But it tells you that Cody Rhodes has a humble personality, obviously, as they try to portray. And also, this guy is not afraid to put in the work. He's not afraid to try anything to, grow his career and rush to the top. And of course, as I say, hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. I think that applies to Cody. He went out there. He did everything he could. And, finally rose to the top. Good for him. Let's see. Does down applies to both of them? Down under Australia? I see. Thank you for that, True. I don't use Netflix, says True. I get that, brother. But, there's always got to be shady websites. So that's that. I subscribed to Netflix a few months ago. I have been subscribed since. I'm paying a hefty amount of money for the thing. And, it's really expensive here. It's like the most expensive streaming application available over here in this part of the world. Other streaming apps, they reduce their price for this part of the world. They really do. You know, if you have, let's say, Disney Plus available, I don't know, how much is it in the US? It must be like $9 at least, right? Over here, we've got Disney Plus for, what, $20 a year, I guess. Yeah, they really toned down the prices. Netflix hasn't. Netflix is expensive here. Yeah, I have it, and I don't always watch it, but I've kept it because, you know, I await WWE going there. And also, I saw yesterday that Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is actually going to be streamed live on Netflix in November. I think it's going to be an interesting match. I think we should do a watch along for it. So Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul is the match that I'm gonna be watching, and hopefully we'll do a watch along for it. Knock on the wood. Then you've also got Cobra Kai coming out actually this week. Any Cobra Kai fans here? It's coming out this week. The last season, part 1. And I'm excited for that. So that's another reason why I still have my Netflix. Anyways, here we are now. Clothesline from Gargano. Gargano taking down A-Town down under. Both of them going down at once. And here we are. Gargano one more time with the tornado. Actually, he was trying to go for the DDT. Stops it a little bit over there. And a double DDT to both of the men. And A-Town down under. Go outside of the ring. Now, we've still got Austin Theory in the corner. He sends Gargano over the top rope. He holds onto the ropes on the apron now. Dodges Grayson Waller on the outside, and now diving down to the inside of the ring, actually taking down Austin Theory, going for the cover. Theory with the kick out right there. Cody might bring back Fuego too. That would be funny as hell. Okay, alright, I'm ready for it. We've got James Singh. I've had Netflix for a few years. When I first got Netflix, it was pretty cheap. Now it's $13 a month. Yep. Over here, let me see how much is it over here. It's probably gonna be cheaper than that over here, right? But let me see. It's still expensive. You know, when it comes to the value over here, it's so it's about 700. You know, the local currency here, which is quite a bit. But if you look at American dollars, it's about $9. So cheaper than the U.S. But still, you know, when it comes to talk about the local currency, 700. As you can imagine, it's a lot. And here we are now. Tommaso Ciampa was about to cover Theory, but Grayson Waller with a nice rescue, taking down Ciampa. The neck breaker going for the cover is Theory now on Ciampa. Ciampa kicks out. The match continues. James, I've got to say, so good to see you here. True, my brother, Andrew, Andy, Ricky, Anil. So good to see everybody over here in the house. You know, it's like the good old days, my brothers. Andrew says, yes, Cobra Kai, but I think last season was mid. I agree, brother Nautic. Andrew, last season was terrible. I did not like it. No, absolutely not. I think season 1 was the peak. Season 2 was great. 3 was great. Last season, not so much. I'm excited about... This is season 6, I believe, right? I'm excited about it. But the one thing that kind of is a turn off for me right now is the fact that it's going to come out in 3 parts. They could have easily released it at once, but, you know, they want us to wait until, like, next year to find out what actually happens. So 3 parts. They're going to release 5 episodes at once. Terrible idea, but they're going to be doing that. So, but Austin Theory over here... I'm sorry, Gargano over here with a cover on Waller, and it's over. It's over. They are successfully able to defend the titles. We've still got still the champions, the reigning champions, Tommaso Ciampa. I'm sorry, Triple H and Gargano. DIY still your tag team champions. We got Andy saying Jake Paul got knocked out by Muhammad Ali's great grandson. Interesting, Andy. I had no idea. That's interesting. Is that a yearly or that's monthly? That's monthly, Andrew. Yeah. Samantha is annoying on Cobra Kai. So wait. Yeah. It's been a while since I watched Cobra Kai's last season. I don't remember the name and the face. Let me see who's Samantha. Oh, Samantha LaRusso, of course. I had a feeling she was the LaRusso daughter. Yeah. No, she is annoying. She is annoying. But what do you guys think of Peyton? Peyton's cool, right? Peyton is so cool. Yeah. Peyton and Cobra Kai is fantastic. And here we are now. Jacob Fatu. Holy crap. Wow. Man, if the Bloodline goes after the tag team titles, I'm going to be so happy. Finally make those tag team titles relevant. Jacob Fatu. He's invincible. DDT to Fatu. Fatu no-sells it and hits him with a super kick of his own. Jacob Fatu single-handedly has taken out both the DIY members and now squashing Gargano in the corner right there. Jacob Fatu grabbing Tommaso Ciampa, sending him to the ropes, and a spine. Oh, wow, spine buster right there. What a crazy, crazy, crazy appearance here from Jacob Fatu. Unexpected, too. Very unexpected. This is cool. Man, Jacob Fatu could single-handedly be the tag team champions. Like, really. He doesn't need anybody else. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, true. Fatu, indeed. Get all that money they can with Netflix. You know that, Andrew. Peyton Liss is wonderful from Cobra Kai. I agree. No, she's great. Peyton is fantastic. From the very beginning, her debut, she's been super impressive. She looks like a legitimate karate, fighter. She's great. Andrew, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't even need to tag with anybody. Look at him right now. He's so cool. Single-handedly destroyed the tag team champions. He could just fight for the tag team champions in a handicap match and win the titles all by himself. And here he is. I've got to say, I've got to give it up to Fatu. Man, what an entrance. He cleared the ring for the Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa. This is great. This is great.
Collar, Solo Sikoa.
This is great. This is great. I love it. I feel like I should also start dressing like Solo Sikoa. Black suit, black top, gold chain. I probably should start doing that too. Leather gloves. Yeah, I probably should do that as well. You're right, Andy. He doesn't need any partner. I think he made it known right here. He does not need any partner. Literally, the first ever sole tag team champion, right? Like, holding both the belts all by himself, defending himself. Single man tag team champion. I've been great, my brother James. So good to see you, brother. I've been fantastic. Thanks for asking. Have my ups and my downs, but so happy to be back here watching the shows with all of you. I don't watch any wrestling, by the way. When I'm not doing a watch-along, I'm not watching wrestling. I am just keeping up with the news and everything, but I'm not watching anything because I meant it when I said it last year. It's not fun watching this stuff without you guys. It's only fun when we do it together. So, yeah. But it's so great to see all of you over here. Age dress up as Jacob Fatu. You want me to dress up Jacob Fatu? Brother, I gotta hit the gym a lot more for that, right? I've gotta build my arms and everything to show off those, guns. So, unless I do that, you're not gonna be seeing me in sleeveless, no, unless I do that. But I have been hitting the gym lately, so, who knows? Guess Andrade versus Melo is bumped until next week. It seems like it. You're right, absolutely. Look at the time right now. We got about 15 minutes left before the show's got to be over. Definitely bumped until next week. 100% true. 100%. It's going to be worth the wait, though, because it's always worth watching Carmelo. He's great. And so is Andrade. But this is one video that has stuck with me. I came across this video some time back, and I love it so much. Let me pull it up if I can. What's his name? Trick Williams, right? This is such a funny video. I love it. I love it. It's great. I am gonna pull it up. This guy is playing the saxophone, right, on the street, and then Trick Williams shows up. It's the funniest thing. It's great, and he just show up. Wow. He's like Trick Williams being Trick Williams, right? He's got to laugh. He's got all that. Whoop that trick. And all the people around him are like, whoop that trick. It's so funny. Look at that. It's great. I love it. Trick Williams is so good, man. He went from being the sidekick to all the way to being him. Trick Williams is great. Like, you will not hear me saying anything negative about Trick Williams or Carmelo Hayes for that matter. They're both great. We've got AJ Fatu. I know, Anil, right? I know. I haven't watched WWE for ages. Ready for Rampage here in 15, says James. Okay, brother. Okay, that's sweet. That is awesome. PCW is so happy to see Jacob Fatu in the WWE, says. Oh, you know it, brother. PCW had been telling me how Jacob would show up in a promotion that is not the WWE. You know what I mean? But then that didn't happen, and of course now they're here. So that's that. But of course, the weight was an issue. The weight was obviously an issue. And obviously, he's lost a lot of weight, and finally he's with the WWE. So I was told that the weight was something that WWE did not want. They told him that the reason why they wouldn't hire him back then was the weight. He lost the weight, obviously. He's come back slimmer than ever. Looks great. That's that.
What happened to those that didn't acknowledge me?
Is he threatening the fans to acknowledge him right now? That's what it sounds like. Jacob Fatu is so good, guys. Like, that should be the tribal chief right now. Like, really. What Jacob Fatu is right now, that was Solo Sikoa last year, right? So, Solo should be careful with Fatu around. I think Fatu could definitely dethrone him in the future.
You know what happened? He's gone.
F you Solo, sister. That's right.
Paul Heyman.
By the way, Lana recently said, I don't know if you guys took a look at the post that I shared on YouTube and as well as on Instagram recently. Lana, CJ Perry, says that now that she is free from AEW, she is free to sign with any promotion all across the board, and she wants to be the next Paul Heyman. So, since Solo Sikoa got rid of the Paul Heyman, you know, if he's looking for a manager, there's a new, hot and flexible Paul Heyman on the market. Lana.
Roman.
Wow, Solo says you people don't deserve Roman. Look at that. I think so too, true. Look at these guys standing right now. You know, you've got Solo, you've got all those other two guys standing in suit and tie, in coats, blazers, gold chain. They all, you know, are drippy, right? But then you've got Jacob Fatu literally dressed in a tank top. And he's standing aside. He's not standing with the crew. He's standing aside. So obviously, you see that little bit of difference between the two. So, definitely. CJ was a joke, says James. And you know, she's ruined her reputation even among the fans. Right now, all you see the fans talking about in social media when it comes to CJ Perry is that she's for the streets. She's cheated on Rusev or Miro. She's with Damien. And you'll see all these things. And, you know, one thing's obvious, that she has ruined her reputation. She really has. The fact that she did the whole cheating angle, even in AEW, did not help. Did not need to do it. Should have done better. But they just recycled that whole thing. It was not cool. I think it was in bad taste. People didn't like it either. Yeah, obviously Miro did not. But here we are now. Cody Rhodes on his way out. And here we are, Cody. And the Pyro? No Pyro? Oh, Pyro is there. That's cool. I like that. Wow. Look, TKO will not have Pyro for anybody else but Cody Rhodes. That's how much he's loved. Jacob probably has a dark match after SmackDown. Maybe. Maybe. But have we seen... I mean, I could be wrong because I don't think I watched SmackDown last weekend. I can't recall. But have we seen Jacob Fatu in a suit yet? I don't think we have, right? Have we? Have we? I don't know. I can't recall myself seeing him in a suit so far. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. But, yeah. You know, the one thing that I'm very glad about is that we don't have to scan any more QR codes now that the Wyatt 6 have made their debut. I'll tell you what, I hate scanning QR codes. I hate decoding those codes. I hate looking up on Twitter to see who else decoded those codes. It's like a homework that I don't need in my life. So I'm glad that we're done with the whole QR code phase. It's like, who wants to do homework? I'm here to watch some wrestling, you know? Yeah. By the way, James, brother, just letting you know, I will not be here for Rampage tonight, but I will be here for Dynamite next week because we're going to be celebrating Dynamite 250. Just letting you know, brother. Yeah. And here we are now, Cody Rhodes, with a little face-off with the Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa. Cody recently debuted his show on YouTube, What Do You Want to Talk About, with his first guest, Bailey. I don't know if anybody caught that. I haven't yet. The fans chanting on Cody. Thanks, James, my brother.
I've heard
such a pleasure having you here and everybody else. Thank you, guys.
I'm sure you can figure this out. We want the same thing.
What does Cody want?
Now, of course, gotta speak to Nick Aldis, but you might as well consider it official. SummerSlam, the undisputed WWE Championship.
Okay. I started to wonder, what is it that both these guys want? Okay, a match against each other. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Makes sense.
It was really up to me. If I could make any decision, I wouldn't be waiting
until SummerSlam. Sure, Cody.
I'd want to do it
right now. I know, the ultimate babyface talk, right? I want to do it right now. And James says, just my opinion, I think Stephanie made a horrible decision. She will be buried in WWE. You know, she made a decision influenced by her inner child, is what the truth is. So she's been a fan of the WWE since she was a little kid. Her dream was to come here. So she followed her heart, followed her inner child, and signed with the company. Of course, you know, AEW had their eyes on Stephanie, and it seemed like that was going to be the likely route for her, especially after her match against Monet, where she was fantastic. She stole the show. I feel like, even overshadowed Monet to a certain extent at that match. So it seemed like she was going to sign with her, but of course, that's not the case. And here we are with a Viper coming out now. Man, I cannot wait until this mega-ass turn when Randy Orton turns on Cody. But right now, he's playing the Ally. And he's sliding into the ring, taking out Jacob Fatu, sent to the outside as well. Randy, is he got to go for the DDT on Solo Sikoa, the Tribal Chief? It seems like it. That's right, the fans are buzzing. Randy with a DDT to Solo Sikoa, and now he's checking on Cody. Jacob Fatu right behind Orton. Orton does not realize it. Fatu is going to be squashing this guy for sure. And there you are. Fatu has got to be the last man standing tonight, 100%. No surprise, Cody is Solo at SummerSlam. That's where Roman returns, says Andy. You think so? I feel like Roman Reigns is going to be going longer than that. Look, this thing is cooking right now, brother. Randy Orton hasn't even turned. So I feel like Randy and SummerSlam, they're funny. Because if you go back to SummerSlam of 2013, it was that SummerSlam when the whole era of the Yes movement really began, because SummerSlam of 2013 was when Randy Orton turned super duper heel. He joined the Authority, cashed in his briefcase on Daniel Bryan, Triple H turned heel, and the craziness begun. So SummerSlam and Randy Orton are funny like that. SummerSlam's coming up. I feel like Randy Orton's heel turn is coming up too. Cody being a dumbass face, you know it, true. You know, I love how you say a dumbass face, because a heel's never a dumbass. It's the truth. A face always is. It's true. And here we are, a headbutt, by the way. Steel steps to Randy Orton right in the gut once and twice. Randy Orton right now. With every single impact of the steel steps, Randy Orton is realizing he'd be better off as a heel. Like, what is he gaining by being a face right now, right? What's he gaining by backing Cody Rhodes right now? He's not getting anything. He's not benefiting from it. And a super kick delivered to the chin of Orton. Orton taking it back. Jacob Fatu is going to go for it one more time. Getting ready for it. Another super kick to Randy Orton. And Orton, the funniest part about it is that once the show is over, Randy Orton is going to be asking one of the audience member ringside if the show is over. I'm pretty sure all of you must have seen that clip of Randy Orton. I think a few years ago on Raw, he was passed out ringside. And then when the show got over, he asked the audience member, is it over? Are we off the air? And then he got up. It's so funny. Randy just being Randy. And now Randy Orton suffering the same fate that Paul Heyman did, as these guys triple powerbomb him through the commentator's desk. And there we are, Orton through the table. That's right. That's right. Well, Ricky, that's not the Shield powerbomb anymore. It's the Bloodline powerbomb. Solo, you suck, says Ricky. Roman's so mad right now to see what Solo did. Maybe. I love that. What an end to the show. Great show, great ending. Cody Rhodes just left over there hanging and dangling off those ropes. I love how nobody came to the rescue. No one did. I love that. No, actually no. I'm not gonna acknowledge. I was about to, but I'm not gonna acknowledge this guy as my tribal chief. Now, Solo is not my tribal chief. Not at all. Orton taken out. Cody Rhodes left hanging and dangling from those ropes. Interesting SmackDown. Interesting SmackDown. Good night, Andy, my brother. Have a good night. Great having you here today, brother. It's fantastic watching the show together. What a night. What a night. I'm going to give the show, actually, a 7.5 out of 10. It was a good show. It was a good show. Look, there were some things lacking, and some matches we did not need, such as that Apollo Crews Baron Corbin match, a total filler that could have been easily a dark match. So I'm going to take some points out for that. But overall, a good show. 7.5 out of 10 is what I'm going to give to SmackDown tonight. Thank you for that, my brother Andy. I'm going to be seeing you guys Monday for Raw Watchalong, and of course we're going to be here on Wednesday for AEW 250, and on Friday for SmackDown. Thank you once again, my brothers. Thank you, James. James says no matter what bloodline it is, if it's Bloodline or Bloodline 2.0, Randy always goes through the table. That is correct. That is correct. One thing that doesn't change is Randy Orton getting screwed by the Bloodline, and also Cody Rhodes. Some things, they never change. James very beautifully said, my brother. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, James. Thank you, my brother True. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Anil, Andrew, Nautic, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, for the love. I'm going to be seeing you Monday for Raw. And also I'm planning some more streams here and there. I'm thinking of maybe doing some Wrestling News gaming streams right here on this very channel to avoid confusion and avoid, any other channels. Just Wrestling News gaming streams right here on this channel, maybe once in a week or twice in a week. That's what I'm planning. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but it's something that I'm planning and working on. Once again, thank you guys for the love. I will see you Monday for Raw. I hope you all have a great night. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. You all take care. Much love. James, Ricky, True, Andy, my man, Andrew, Anil, everybody. Thank you so much for the love. Take care. I will see you Monday. Take care, guys. Good night. Much love.